September 23, 1999. A NASA spacecraft has flown 416 million miles flawlessly for 9 months. It swings behind Mars for its orbit insertion burn, loss of signal, right on schedule. It never comes back. The signal cut out 49 seconds earlier than predicted. That tiny gap was the only clue. Every system fails. This is the story of how. The Mars Climate Orbiter cost $327 million. And here's the mystery. Nothing on it broke. No explosion, no dead thruster, no bad sensor. Every component worked exactly as built. The spacecraft was killed by a disagreement between two teams who both did their math correctly. During the cruise to Mars, the spacecraft regularly fired small thrusters to unload momentum from its reaction wheels. After each event, ground software computed the nudge those thrusters gave the trajectory and wrote it to a file for the navigation team. The contractor's software output that impulse in pound-seconds, imperial. JPL's navigation software read the very same numbers as Newton-seconds, metric. 1 pound force is 4.45 newtons, so every single nudge was modeled at less than a quarter of its real effect. The file was just numbers, no units, nothing looked wrong. And the interface specification, it explicitly required metric. The ground software violated it. 9 months of desaturation events, each one bending the real trajectory a little more than the model said. Here's the part that hurts, the navigators noticed. The trajectory kept drifting in ways they couldn't explain, and they said so. But the concerns lived in emails and hallway conversations. The formal anomaly process, the one built to force an investigation, was never invoked. Arrival day. The plan: skim Mars at 226 kilometers and break into orbit. The reconstruction: the orbiter came in at 57 kilometers. Survival floor: about 80. Somewhere over Mars, a spacecraft that had worked perfectly for 9 months met an atmosphere it was never supposed to touch. In the weeks before arrival, the team had one more chance. A final contingency correction, a fifth trajectory maneuver, was on the table. The navigators were uneasy, but without a formal anomaly report, unease isn't data. The maneuver was considered and never executed. The Mishap Board's findings went far beyond one file. The navigation team was new to the ground system and stretched thin. Training was inadequate. Communication between teams was informal when it needed to be ruthless. This was the faster, better, cheaper era, and the board concluded the mission had quietly traded away the independent verification that catches exactly this class of error. Months later, its sibling, the Mars Polar Lander, was lost too. The era got a new unofficial motto: faster, better, cheaper. Pick 2. The headline said, NASA forgot to convert units. Nobody forgot anything. 2 teams each use a consistent system. The interface between them silently disagreed, and the cheap, boring end-to-end check that would have caught a factor of 4 in an afternoon was skipped. Your code can be correct. Their code can be correct. And the system can still die at the seam. The postmortem is public. The lesson rarely is. I'm Sev. See you at the next incident.